Leonardo da Vinci, universal genius, superstar of the Renaissance. Forget it. Everything you know is wrong. First off, his last name wasn't Da Vinci. That just means Leonardo from Vinci. And second, this man wasn't just a universal genius. He was a universal procrastinator. He was an illegitimate kid who never went to school. And that was his greatest luck, because without learning the rules, he was free to break them all. This isn't the story of history's greatest genius. It's the story of history's most creative, funniest, and messiest mind. Leonardo finishing a job was rarer than a cat solving a math problem. He completed fewer than 20 paintings he started. The Adoration of the Magi? Abandoned it. St. Jerome? Didn't finish that either. The man didn't have a short attention span, he had an infinitely expanding one. While painting The Last Supper, he was so slow, the Duke who commissioned it went nuts. Leonardo's response was legendary. "I'm searching for the perfect criminal face for the traitor Judas. If you rush me, I'll just use yours." The Duke never complained again. And the Mona Lisa? It took him 16 years to paint, and in the end, he never delivered it to the client. He just took it with him to France. Modern doctors might diagnose him with ADHD, but back then, they just called it being Leonardo. But it wasn't just procrastination. The man was a total troll. While at the Vatican, he took a lizard, glued fake wings, scales, and horns to it, and ran around claiming he'd created a dragon. People screamed, Leonardo laughed. This wasn't the genius, he was the Renaissance prank master. Another one of his pranks, he'd take sheep intestines and inflate them until they filled an entire room, trapping his guests in a corner. Yes, that really happened. He was a vegetarian who loved animals so much that he'd buy caged birds just to set them free. And then he'd go design the most terrifying war machines in history, including a tank and a machine gun. Talk about a paradox. He was also a fashion icon. When everyone wore long robes, he wore bright pink short tunics. He grew a long beard, a total Renaissance hipster. But his craziest project was a heist. From the mind that brought you the Mona Lisa and the man who wrote the book on being ruthless comes the dumbest engineering project of the 16th century. The players? Leonardo, the dreamy artist, and Niccolò Machiavelli, the hard-nosed politician. Their mission? To defeat the rival city of Pisa by literally stealing the Arno River. The plan was to divert the river through canals, leaving Pisa high and dry. Leonardo's genius? Machiavelli's cunning. What could go wrong? Everything. The contractors ignored Leonardo's plans. The channels were dug too shallow. Then a storm hit and washed everything away. The project was a complete disaster. The two greatest minds in history teamed up and created a mudkit. And that was Leonardo, a walking bundle of paradoxes. He dissected corpses in secret at night and painted angels by day. He wrote backwards in mirror script so no one could steal his ideas. And this peasant boy ended his life in the arms of a king. His real genius wasn't his inventions or his paintings. It was his ability to embrace ambiguity, chaos, and contradiction. His life was just like his paintings, sfumato, blurry, messy, and beautiful. So the next time you're wasting time falling down an internet rabbit hole, you're not wasting time, you're thinking like Leonardo. If you like this, you know the drill. Like, subscribe, and tell us in the comments which historical figure should get the absurd-umentary treatment next.